Good morning, bright and early, 7 a.m. here in Las Vegas. Let's have some fun, let's share some good info, and let's get on the way to another winning day. What's moving in the markets right now, and more importantly, why is it moving? Where can we expect it to go from here? Good morning. Teddy covers WagerTalk.com with the opening line report. And of course, this is a new podcast. It's short, it's sweet, but I'm always interested in your feedback. Appreciate all the comments, appreciate all the likes, and tell us what you want to see in the comments below. Let's start in the NBA. 3 games for tonight. We haven't talked since Friday when all these games were going into game 1. Now they're going into game 2. Let's talk about where the markets are moving. Look at the Wager Talk live odds screen right now. Free live odds screen if it's at WagerTalk.com. Let's start with Orlando and Cleveland. And I'm going to call this the markets have settled. Some books open 6, some books open 5.5, some books open with a total 204, some books open 201, and the markets have basically settled on this game. We haven't seen any real move per se. Right now, Cleveland 5.5, 202.5, and that's what I'm going to call, again, it's not a market move. This book opened here, that book opened there. That's where the markets have settled on, 5.5, 202.5. So anything that moves from that number, you can say, yeah, this is either sharp money or not so sharp money. But right now, that's what we're looking at for Orlando and Cleveland. Same story with Philly and New York. Knicks and Sixers. I'm not going to call this a line move by any stretch of the imagination. We saw 4s at the open. We saw 5s at the open. The markets decided that 5 was the appropriate number. We saw totals open in 209, 209.5, 210. We have seen legitimately the markets move to the under in Knicks Sixers. So there has been sharp money for the under in that one that is worth noting. And of course, the late game, Lakers, Nuggets. That game was 7 everywhere. I'm seeing 7.5 popping at the sharper books right now. So there is clearly wise guy support for Denver, just like there was in game 1, where the Nuggets ended up winning and covering. When we look ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday in the association, really not a lot going right now. We have seen some Tuesday under money. The Bucks and the Pacers, that was sitting as high as 228.5. Now I'm seeing 225s. But again, early money off the opener. The lines move quickly. It doesn't take a lot to move that number down off the openers. But we're talking 225, even 224.5 starting to pop for Indiana, Milwaukee. So clearly there is some support in amongst the wise guy community for the under for game 2. Indiana and Milwaukee. Of course, the Pacers coming off the first game all year in which they shot less than 40% from the floor in a pretty ugly offensive performance. Mark's expecting more of that for game 2. And with the exception of Indiana, Milwaukee, we really haven't seen a whole lot yet for the moves. I have seen some money for Miami. Miami was 15 at most books. Now it's plus 14.5. They're plus 14.5 against the Heat. So we are seeing a little bit of Miami money there. But for the Tuesday, Wednesday games, the markets really haven't moved in any significant way just yet. Let's talk a little MLB, but before I do that, I want to let you guys know today is the last day for the buy a 7-day all access, get 3 days free. It's a $69 value. It's a 10-day pass for only $99, less than $10 a day. You can get that right now at my page, wt.buzz/TC, or anybody's page at WagerTalk.com. You can buy from me. You can buy from anyone you like. Obviously, it is a free enterprise scenario. Nonetheless, do want to let you know, last day for that 7-day all access, get 3 days free. A $69 value for absolutely nothing. Let's talk some MLB for today. Again, look at the Wager Talk free live odds screen. We're definitely seeing a wise guy move towards the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. Pirates money and under money in the game against the Brewers. It is a relatively cool night. The wind is blowing in from right. Pittsburgh has taken a whole lot of money despite the fact that Milwaukee just had a real good series in St. Louis, although that might have been St. Louis just having a really bad series. We're seeing under money for Cincinnati and Philadelphia. Cincy's 4-1 to the under last 5. Philly's had dominant starting pitching in recent games, and of course Ranger Suarez is coming off a complete game shutout last time out. That said, Philly scored 7 or more runs each of the last 4 ball games. This total now sitting 8.5 was 9 last night. Of course, 9, the keyest of key numbers when it comes to MLB totals. We've seen a little bit of Mets money at San Francisco. Mets, of course, got blown out 10-0 yesterday. That was a good game for my clients and I in LA. And we're seeing early start over money, which is definitely worth noting. We don't see a lot of early start over money in MLB. The early start games they auto bet the under. Not Yankees A's today. The wind's blowing out to right. Neither team's hitting, though. The A's only going over when their pitching gets bombed. That being said, we have seen early over money for that and a little bit of Angels money. There really hasn't been much respect for Baltimore in the betting markets just yet. Despite the Orioles' hot start, despite the Orioles' great season last year, despite the Orioles' great season the year before, they've been making money for their backers for better than 2 years. And the market still don't think they're that good. They still think they're overvalued. LA money coming today. There you have it. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you like this opening line report format in MLB, NBA at this time of the year? And of course, it is that last day to get the 7-day all access. You can do that right now. WT.buzz/TC. Give us a like, give us a comment, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the WagerTalk YouTube channel and join the more than 100, and I don't even know how many thousand people who are getting updates each and every day from WagerTalk.com. Best of luck. Enjoy the games. Thanks for watching the opening line report.